Are you constantly fighting a battle against emails, notifications, and, that endless scroll? It feels like our whole world is designed to keep us perpetually distracted. But what if you could actually reclaim control over your own attention? In this explainer, we're going to cut right through the noise and give you a super quick, actionable toolkit. Just 3 powerful methods to sharpen your focus and, honestly, work a whole lot smarter, not harder. Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to quickly redefine what productivity even means. Then, we'll get straight into our 3 tools: the breath repetition, the rule of 3, and mastering scatter focus. And then we'll wrap it all up with a simple action plan you can start using, like today. So, when you hear that word productivity, what pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's this kind of cold corporate image, right? All about spreadsheets and acting like some kind of robot. But that's not motivating at all, and it's definitely not very human. So let's just challenge that old idea for a second. What if becoming more productive could actually make you more human, not less? The secret isn't about doing more, or going faster, faster, faster. No, it's about something much deeper. Productivity expert Chris Bailey just nails it here. It's simply about intentionality. So, were you productive today? Well, the real question is, did you accomplish what you set out to do? If your intention was to just chill out and watch TV, and you did that, guess what? You were perfectly productive. It's all about being deliberate with our time and attention. So, how do we get more intentional? Well, our first tool treats meditation not as some kind of luxury, but as a really practical workout for your mind. Seriously, think of it like going to the gym, but for your focus. The process itself is incredibly simple. You just sit down, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. But pay really close attention to step 3, because this is where the magic happens. Your mind is going to wander. It's going to think about your to-do list or that embarrassing thing you said 10 years ago. That's not a failure. That is the entire point of the exercise. Your only job is to notice it happened and then gently, without beating yourself up, bring your focus back. And this right here, this completely reframes the goal. It's not about achieving some perfectly empty mind. No way. Every single time your mind wanders and you guide it back to your breath, you've just done 1 rep. You are actively building your focus muscle 1 repetition at a time. All right, let's move on to our next tool. This is how we take that focus muscle we've been building and aim it at what truly matters each and every day. The magic number here is 3. So why 3? Well, the latest research on our working memory, you can think of that as your brain's temporary notepad, shows that we can really only comfortably hold about 3 things in our mind at once. Any more than that, and we start dropping things. So this rule is all about working with our brain's natural limits, not against them. And here's exactly how to use it. First thing in the morning, before you do anything else, just imagine it's the end of the day. You're looking back and you're feeling really accomplished and satisfied. Ask yourself, what 3 things did I do that made me feel this way? Identify those 3, and boom, those are your primary targets for the day. It forces you to choose what's important, and just as critically, what isn't. And what's so cool about this is how the rule of 3 isn't just for your daily to-do list. You can set 3 intentions for the week, for the month, even for the whole year. And what you get is this powerful cascade effect, where your daily actions are directly lining up with your biggest, most important long-term goals. All right, now for our third tool, which might feel a little counterintuitive at first. Research shows that our minds wander for about 47% of the time we're awake. So instead of fighting that, what if we could actually harness it? This is about turning your daydreams into your next big idea. So your brain basically has 2 powerful modes. You've got focus mode, which is for execution, writing that report, answering that email. But trying to stay in focus mode all day long is one of the worst things you can do. We also need scatter focus mode. This is where your mind connects ideas, plans for the future, and solves complex problems in really creative ways. So get this. The key takeaway here is that when your mind wanders, it's not being lazy. It's naturally shifting into its planning mode. Researchers actually found that our brains think about our goals and our future 14 times more often in this state than when we're trying to concentrate. This is your brain's prime time for big picture strategy and creativity. I mean, think about it. Where do your best ideas always seem to strike? It's almost never when you're staring at a screen, right? It's usually when you're doing something simple and almost automatic, like taking a shower or going for a walk. The action item is to figure out what those activities are for you and then intentionally schedule more time for them. Okay, so we've covered 3 really powerful science-backed tools. Now let's pull them all together into a simple, actionable plan that you can start using the second this is over. So here it is. Think of these three things as your daily system for mindful productivity. You train your attention with breath reps, you direct that attention with the rule of three, and then you recharge your creativity and planning abilities by scheduling in some scatter focus. It's a whole system that works together. Look, this isn't just about theory, it's about action. So as we finish up, here's a final thought. Forget about trying to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Based on what you just learned, what is the one thing you will choose to be intentional about today? Your answer to that question, that's where real change begins.